Hi, DelusionDispeller here. I'm going to talk about some of the rights you have as a human being in your relationships. And these are also boundaries of a sense to have these rights and have them respected. You have the right to disagree with somebody. Somebody says, I really, really enjoy watching football. And you say, well, I don't like football. I really prefer tennis. Well, what's the matter with you? Football's awesome. Well, that's okay. That's your preference. That's what you like. And I'm okay to disagree with that. If that person keeps pushing you and telling you you have to like football or starts singing the praises of football, there's a problem there because you're going to have problems in a relationship with them besides that time. It'll be an ongoing battle about other things because obviously they're uncomfortable with allowing you to have a differing opinion or a differing choice of what you enjoy doing. It's okay to disagree with somebody. Somebody says, well, I really love the way they sing. I really didn't care for their voice too much. What do you mean you didn't care for their voice? They're like the best singer. They got this many awards on this show and they're like world known and blah blah blah. Okay? It's okay. That's their opinion. That's their preference. I don't like every singer I hear. I really don't. And if somebody asks me my opinion, I will give it. I try to be nice about it, but not everybody is talented in the singing arena. So you disagree. It's okay to disagree. Another thing you have a right to do is check things out. You have a right to do the research. You have a right to get online and look up people's backgrounds. You have a right to check out and make sure the person you're dating is safe. You have a responsibility to do that to yourself too, as well. For yourself, I should say. You have a right, if you don't understand something, to ask questions. You have a right to turn on your computer and find out what things mean. I suggest if you don't do that already and you understand how to do that, that you do that. Because it can save you a lot of grief in the long run. You have a right to love and to be loved. If you're not in a loving relationship, you have every right to leave that relationship and get into one where you are being loved. As long as you have done everything you can to work through that relationship, and as long as you're not in danger while you're doing that. If the person is willing to get help and seek counseling and it's working, then please work through the relationship. If that's not the case, and you'll know if it's not, then it's time to move on as soon as it's safe to do so. And I can't stress that as soon as it's safe enough because there are some really messed up minds out there that if you try to leave, they'll harm you. And I don't ever want to be responsible for somebody being harmed in any way because they left and have them come back and say, well, she said leave the relationship. Please hear me in context. If it's safe to do so. If it's not, then unfortunately you need to stay until you have a better plan and a plan to get out of there safely or get some help. Okay, so you have a right to love and to be loved. And if you're not in a place where you're being loved and it is safe to do so, leave there. Go and join a support group. Get involved in a church or a study, maybe a book club. Make some friends. There are people out there that will value you for you and not judge you based on your size, your shape, how much makeup you wear, how much money you make, etc. This world is a big, vast place, and there are all kinds of people in it. And there are people just like you that want love and want to be accepted. You'll find your place. You have a right to freedom. I've talked about that umpteen zillion times in every one of my videos. You have a right to be free. You have a right to make decisions. You have a right to take chances. You have a right to watch the TV programs you want to watch, to wear what you want to wear. For me, I prefer modest clothing, but you have a right to dress however you want to dress. If you want to wear a string bikini out in public, that's your right. I can't take that away from you. I don't think it's appropriate personally because I'm a Christian, but to somebody else, that might be a sign of beauty. I don't know. Everybody's different. But that's your right as a human being to dress how you want, to like the music you want, to go where you want, to be with whom you want, all that stuff. You have a right to play. I took that right personally today. I went down that water slide and had a blast. So you have a right to have fun and play and be a kid again. Even if you're an adult, you can do that. You have a right to be unique and individual. Somebody with wacky ideas, if that's what you want to have. Somebody with a sense of humor. Or somebody that's just quiet and observes everything. You're unique, and that's how you were created to be, and it's okay. You have a right to move on. As I said earlier, if you're in an abusive relationship and you can safely get out of it, it's time to move on. And it's important to move on. And you have a right for better things. And you were designed for better things. So you have a right to move on. I'm going to just say a few more things and then I will conclude this section of setting boundaries. You have a right to have money, clothing, shelter, privacy, and to get help if you need it. You have a right to work a job if you want to work. You have a right to be on public aid if you need to be, SSI if you need to be, any type of assistance. You have a right to have a roof over your head of some kind, shelter. If you need help with that, check in your area, see what's available. You have a right to have clothing and not have to be cold or be too hot. You have a right to privacy. You have a right to your own property that you live on. And if you don't live on a property, you have a right to go in a room by yourself and just be by yourself if that's what you want to do. You have a right to get help. You have a right to practice whatever belief system of your choice that you want to practice. I can tell you I find much reward in practicing Christianity, but that might not be where you want to be right now or at all. And that's your right. So, anyways, that's just some little bit of tidbits about boundaries. Stay tuned, and I will be making another video very soon. Thanks for watching, and I love your comments and your questions and your opinions and your donations and just showering me with all your good blessings. I appreciate each and every one of you and hope to hear from you soon. God bless you. Bye.